After all, no other entity in the world would understand that mother's dream ministers to the welfare of humankind.
Although spoken 21 years ago, his message couldn't be more relevant today. The fact that we share a company with a higher purpose, a dedication to enriching the lives of women around the world, that we share a mission to make the world a better place for everyone. It's so relevant in the times we live in today. Well, he went on to explain how persistent Mary Kay was in her desire to have my dad present at the company.
During my absence, Mother never stopped trying to persuade me to return to the company and lead her dream. I would say to her, "Mom, I spent 30 years running this company. Give me a break." But she never gave up. Even after she couldn't speak any longer, I would visit her and tell her how wonderful the company was doing, and she would point to me. I knew what she wanted. "Well, Mom, you got your wish. I'm back."
Well, I can certainly appreciate his experience with my grandmother. After all, I was just 7 years old when her book, Mary Kay on People Management, was first published. And grandmother Mary Kay autographed a copy for me. I still have it, and I treasure it. And her words ring so true. She said, "Learn all of this to use when you are president of Mary Kay." Of course, that was my dad's title at the time. And I haven't really started putting the pressure on my 13-year-old daughter, Everly, just yet. But I'm sure that's coming. Well, he went on to thank the national sales directors for carrying on Mary Kay's legacy while she had been away from the business herself after suffering a serious stroke in 1996.
In 1971, when we established the position of National Sales Director, it was a significant part of Mary Kay's grand plan. She wanted to make sure that we would forever perpetuate her vision. She knew that she was replicating herself. She knew the National shared her vision, and that someday, when she could not be here anymore, that they would carry the torch representing her principles and her beliefs.
I, of course, share my dad's appreciation for our national sales directors. Thank you for carrying on her legacy and passing it on to new generations of national sales directors again and again. And finally, he reflected on his first day back in the office.
On my first day back to work, I drove down that 4-lane street that goes under the Mary Kay World Corporate Headquarters building. That street goes under and connects to the foundation of that building. It connects to the pillars that support that building. And I stopped and looked at the street sign. It's called Mary Kay Way. And that's the way it will be.
Wow.
Well, for those of you who were there or have heard the story before, it was such a pivotal moment in this company's history. And I'm glad that I'm here to share it with those of you who weren't. But there was another person that wasn't there. My grandmother, Mary Kay Ash herself. So after his speech, at the conclusion of the morning session, my dad and I got a video recording and we took it over to Mary Kay's house. And I'll never forget what happened next. We went into the sitting area in front of her bedroom and we started the video. It began with the segment just before my dad's speech, where the international visitors from our Asia Pacific region got their chance to be recognized on stage. And while she could no longer speak, Mary Kay was still a great communicator. Although she loved my dad's speech, I almost can't describe the sheer joy that came across her face when she saw her dream for women had reached all the way to the other side of the world. And not just in some small way, but hundreds and hundreds of national sales directors, and beauty consultants on our seminar stage from different countries all across Asia. At that moment, she knew that her dream for women had been passed on. Well, she held both our hands so tight, even though she didn't have a lot of strength. And I could tell that she took great comfort knowing that the two people she always wanted to work for her dream company were right where she wanted them to be. Of course, that would also be Mary Kay's last seminar. Well, over the years, many women approached Mary Kay, wanting to thank her for the Mary Kay opportunity and the impact this company has had on their lives. And in those moments, Mary Kay would always respond with the same reply. She would say, "Just pass it on." So this seminar, where we celebrate the Mary Kay opportunity and the impact we can have on enriching women's lives, I ask you to do the same. Just pass it on. It's the Mary Kay way. Thank you.
Wow. Let's hear it again for Ryan Rogers.